I swear by the name of Almighty God that the information.
Can you repeat that?
I, Ialeen, Kajuju, Bulgaria. I swear by the name of Almighty God that the information I'm going to give shall be the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you, Ialeen. We are going to first introduce ourselves. My name is Mohammed Roba. I'm the chairman of this committee. I will ask the members to introduce themselves as well as the staffers who are present here. We will start with the Honorable Bola.
My name is Alima Kole Abudo, the MCA for Gerard Ward, and a member of the Selection and Appointment Committee.
My name is Abubakar Abdi Bodara, Majority Leader of Sulu County, and also MCA Selection Ward.
My name is Camila Wassan Masuko. I'm member of County Assembly and a member of Selection and Appointment Committee.
I'm Honorable Nicholas Loroton, MCA branch. I'm a member of Selection and Appointment Committee.
I'm Adam Boro, clerk to Committee on Selection and Appointment.
I'm Fatuma Aden, Hamza Department.
I'm Ali Budana, Principal Clerk of Staff.
Amos Mainge, ICT.
Ialeen Kajuju Mungera, help us understand you better.
As you have heard, my name is Ialeen Kajuju, Bulgaria. I'm currently the Chief Officer in charge of Education and Vocational Training. I am 49 years old. I stay in Bratesa Ward. That's where I'm based in this at a village called Sokomchi. I came to Isiolo in 1991 to teach at Isiolo Boys. I taught Isiolo Boys from 1991 to 1995. Then I was promoted to be the head of science department in Isiolo Girls in 1996. I stayed there as head of department up to 2002 when I became an elected principal. Up to 2006. Then Isiolo Girls was the only girls school then. So, and I was promoted to be a principal in a school in Medcom, Secondary School in 2007. Then I was transferred to Nominee House, which was supposed to be a center of excellence, and I stayed there up to 2012. And the same year, 2012, I was promoted to be a Senior Assistant Director of Education to work in the National Headquarters, Jogo. I stayed there, worked in the secondary section, managing school discipline and administration, and all the other duties given to me by the director, and then also worked as a chief advisor in the National Education Board, advising the National Education Board is the body that advises the Cabinet Secretary on matters of education. While there, I was now promoted to be a CEO of the Education Appeals Tribunal. Education Appeals Tribunal is a body under the Education Act which receives complaints from all the 47 countries, and then the tribunal listens on the matter and decides accordingly on what should happen. The appeals tribunal was under the judiciary. It was domiciled at Ministry of Education, that was under the judiciary. So our finances were coming from the judiciary. While there, I was promoted to be a deputy director in Jongo Par, and then was now deployed to Seoul County as a county director of education. While there, I saw an advertisement for chief officer, and I applied, and I was taken. Before I became a chief officer, we changed the Seoul a lot because most of the day schools were started under the time that I was a county director. We went around the whole county and realized that there were no day schools, and the Seoul people, most of them are not well endowed financially, and their children will be sent away from school now and then. So we decided to hand the day schools. We started with the Shabacha day school. We proposed that married this secondary also open Sunday class, but I think the local community declined, maybe because of discipline issues. We proposed Lavasa, and now it is a room day school. We proposed Aragan Girls, Bidiki in Sedisho, because the children of Sedisho were walking very many kilometers to come to Sedisho Secondary School. We also proposed a secondary school at this primary school near here, Kabingalpa and Sima. So we started so many this secondary schools, and that lessened the burden on the parents, because a secondary school, and this secondary school is around 5,000 per term. Basically, that is me. I have 3 children, 3 boys. I'm married, and all my children are born here. And the last one is in from 4 at Sacred. That's secondary school here in Seoul. So basically, that's me. That's me.
Thank you. Which year did you leave the Seoul boys? 95?
Yes.
Which month?
End of the year, because I entered the Seoul house in 96, in January 96.
You were my teacher for 1 year. But you never came to my class. I remember you probably. Now we are going to take a round of questions from the honorable members. And I'm going to start with the Honorable Camilla, so that she ask you some few questions.
Congratulations, Madam Ialeen. The question to you goes this way. What motivated you, Ialeen, to apply for this position, and what relevant experience do you have in this position?
This position is a position of policy and strategic direction to the departments. I have worked as a chief officer, and I realized that to change a department would be better if I would be on the policy at the policy level, because I can then together with others do policies that can help change a department better. For example, while I was a chief officer, we made a change on bursary policy. This is because the roles of the bursary board were conflicting with those of the fund manager. While there also, we made a policy on school feeding program. This is because I did not see maybe those above me serious on the school feeding program, and I thought we could make a policy that would ensure that the school meals all the time in school This is because that is the time that the children are growing. So I feel when I'm there, I will make more policies. And then, the department is now wide. I am concerned with the youth. My children are our youth. And the youth in Isiolo, I can say they feel frustrated because they complete school and they have no jobs. And we could do policies that will even help them, even all of them go to polytechnics and get skills. So while I'm there, I think I can be of more help compared to when I'm just managing a small department. When and the fact that I'll be in education, it means that I'll still take care of education and still widen my scope, and I will be more of use to the people of Isiolo. When I can take care of the youth, I can as well take care of vocational training and ECD. I can take care of women, because women also have their own issues. I can take care of persons with disability, and I can maybe promote a good culture of the Isiolo people, and discourage the bad culture. So while I'm there, I think I will be of more help. You are not limited to a small scope, so I think I'll have a bigger scope to help the people of Isiolo. If I was not a county director, maybe we would not have started all those day schools. So when you can be able to decide, you are at the decision table, you can influence positive changes in the county. You can make decisions. When you are chief officer, you just work on policies that other people have changed. But I want to influence, because I think at this age now, I'm supposed to give to the community more than anything else. I don't have any other business in Isiolo. All my children are big. I don't have a child in my house. I want to, even when I was a county director, I was able to move around the whole county. When I'm a chief officer, I'm not able to, because I don't have a vehicle. So when I'm there, I'll ensure that the department, there are policies that people don't understand. They think ECD is a small department, because children cannot talk for themselves. The small children cannot talk for themselves. Nobody is making policies that really affect them. For example, nobody thinks that food is important for children. And you know the reason why Isiolo children do not perform is because at that early stage, they were not fed well. Feeding a child is not just right. They need nutrients that will expand their brain capacity. And that way now they become intelligent. Intelligent is you can make a concerted effort, deliberate effort to ensure that children become bright through feeding. And vocational training, for example, when I came, I found just one polytechnic. One. Now we have 3. And I would want like the national government advocates for a polytechnic in every ward. And if you want to finish all the programs in Isiolo, it is take care of the youth. Ensure all of them have got skills. And not just skills, a skill where they can earn a living. When you have got a polytechnic in Uhuru, and the person to be served by Uhuru is in Kina, how do you expect a child in Kina to come to Uhuru every day? They can't afford boarding. They were in day schools. They can't afford boarding school. So the policies we will make will favor the youth. For example, we can even decide we have bonding in every polytechnic. We create a polytechnic in every ward, and everyone can access the polytechnic.
Nominee, you are talking like someone who has never held such a position. You are a chief officer in this particular department.
Yes.
Tell us the interventions that you've made. You are not going to tell us anything futuristic. You have been there. Tell us the interventions that you've made, so that we can take you serious on the interventions from the interventions that you have already made.
The intervention that I'll make just for the Udama, for the sector.
In that, specifically for education, because you are the chief of education,
Yes.
tell us what you have done in that sector to improve that sector.
Yes.
Don't tell us that what you are going to do. Tell us what you have done.
I've told you we already amended the bursary act policy to ensure that the bursary is managed better. We've started. I've already told you that we started three more polytechnics. Only one was there. We made sure that we've employed teachers. Like formerly teachers were casuals. We employed 264 teachers, but they are not enough. We need some more, around 170 more. We ensure that those who were employed without the right qualification were removed. 17 of them. We removed them. We made sure that the polytechnics are equipped. We built and equipped. Remember, we built on the Nero, it was not there. We've equipped it, and we have kept casual teachers there. We have got teachers there, and those teachers have not been paid there. So I am able, through my public relations, I have kept the teachers there even without pay, and they are teaching. And we have done exams. Sedisho has done exams. They are equipped, they have chairs, they have got those casual teachers. Merit is a polytechnic, it is already operational. We bought all the equipment necessary, including computers. So we've equipped the polytechnics, and we're intending to do more. We have changed the structure of education. Formerly, there was no money to manage education at the ward level. We put ward coordinators, ECD ward coordinators, because now that we don't have a vehicle, the coordinators will be there. But unfortunately, they were not also mobile until last year when we bought the motorbikes. We bought the motorbikes so that they can be going around schools. Unfortunately, they are demotivated because they are in the same level with the teachers. But we've already proposed to the Institute of Public Service Board to ensure that they put them in some grades higher. So we still the struggle. When, for example, I build a class, I expected to be paid immediately. I mean, because the budget is there, that problem was there of taking so long to pay the contractors. So the contractors were demotivated. Fortunately, they did not refuse to build because they would wait. So that waiting created a bad rapport. Of course, we manage it through public relations, but it's not going to keep people waiting for long. That was very bad. But the other agreement was the polytechnics, the casuals. You know, I'm working with casuals. You can imagine a casual teacher. A teacher who doesn't have a house, is in married or traditional, they need to pay their rent and they are not paid. So I kept giving them hope up to today. For more than a year, they have not been paid. Yet they teach, they supervise exams, and the students pass because we are talking. So you know, when you stay for long without payment, although they have done interviews, and the interviews were done in June, and today is December, and they have not been employed officially. So delays in salary, delay in payment of contractors, those are some, and then demotivated staff because of stagnation. My officers have stagnated for over 10 years. Like, for example, my director is in John Gupel for 12 years. And others are, unfairness. There was unfair. Let me not expose the government. Yes.
Thank you. I want to take you back to the issue of bursaries, because as the chief of education, bursary was directly under you. And tell us how you used to do it, and probably the criteria for distribution, and how you, was it enough, the budget, and how probably you intend to, distribute going forward.
Bursary is very important for the children of Isiolo. And what we did to avoid the politics is to do an arrangement. Formerly, bursary was centralized. When I came, I found a centralized bursary. It was being done at the headquarters. We devolved it. And now the ward can manage their own money. But and we write the checks for them. So they do their lists. Wherever they want. When the money comes, the bond sits down and allocates the money to the ward. Each ward gets its own money. And then they sit down, there are ward committees. The committees give application forms to the needy. It is them who identify the needy. The eight members come from the various villages in the ward, so that every area is catered for. So they identify the needy according to the act. The needy is prescribed in the act who the needy is. So they give the application forms, they receive the forms, they sit down at the vet, and the application form must be supported. It can either be a letter from the chief or from school, the bursary, the fee balances, and then generally they know how to identify the needy. They sit down, vet, and then prepare lists according to how much they have given. So it is them, it is the ward which gives how much. For example, if it's a child who is vulnerable, who is maybe an orphan, then decide we will give all the orphans who are in secondary school 10,000. So all the orphans get that. It is them who decide. If it is the university, they decide how much a child in the university who is needy is supposed to have. They do that and then prepare their list, they prepare their minutes, and then they bring the minutes to the reporter. The board discusses the bursary board. And remember, each member of the bursary board, they are represented for more than 10 wards. So they are the ones who form the board. The board sits and then in a petition the lists. It approves the list and then it says that we start writing the checks. So we write the check. Once we write the check per ward, we give to the ward administrator all the checks. It comes, confirms that every person they gave the bursary the check has been written. So we give all the checks. Then go with them to the ward and the issues to the ward. At the quarter, we may not know who they are given, because it is them who decide who to give. The only area we have not been able to maybe manage very well, it is the role of the MCA. The role of the MCA is exaltation. But I have a feeling that sometimes the bursary will be, you can use the bursary in the wrong way. For example, some of them may say, this never voted for me, this family never voted for me. So if maybe if it's done well, without putting politics in it, it goes to the right person. But if politics comes in, it may not go to the right person. So that is the bit we have not been able. And I hope we try to train them. We train the committees so that the bursary administration is done well and with a lot of integrity. We've trained them, especially those who represent me, the ward coordinators. I have got ward coordinators there, and their role is to ensure there is integrity in bursary administration. So, basically that is
Thank you.
what
Honorable Commissioner.
Congratulations, Madam President, for your nomination. As I'm speaking, I'm a teacher by profession. And ECD has been involved in county government, and I know their problem. the implementation of feeding program, I don't think it was there. And if it is there, you can explain. The children are suffering. My question is, what policy do you have? Better policy. If it were there, we need better policy to have smooth implementation of this program. It is not there, I can bear witness.
Bursary, no, feeding program is there in the budget. It was there in the budget, and the first year we received 5 million shillings. 5 million cannot even feed children for 3 months. For example, if you look at rice, I have got 12,000 children. And 12,000 children, if you go by the rates of one food program, a child is supposed to take about 150 grams of rice every day. 150 grams, it means that I require about 70 like bags of rice, maybe per year. 70
bucks per year.
Let's if it's 150 grams, for example, if it's 150 grams per child, it means per day it is 150 times 12,000. What does that matter? 10,000. It means that I require about 15, how many grams? Then divide by 1,000 to get the kilograms. So in short, I require about 70 million shillings per year on rice alone. Now I've not put the protein, the beans. I have not put the oil. I have not put the onion, the salt, the water, the kuni. So when you put in the budget 5 million, here too. Now the problem is now the seedings. Education seeding, the best we've gotten is around 230 million. Okay. And the salaries alone take about 140. The salaries alone for the teachers. And that time the polytechnic teachers are not there. And the CCD classrooms are not there. According to me, we need, that is why we developed a policy. It has not been approved. The current MCAs are the ones to approve, to look at the policy we developed and see whether it will help ECD. Formerly there was no policy for ECD. That is why, to be honest, without policy, even the MCAs will not have any base even to allocate money and what amount of money. We want to make it compulsory that the children get food. And that is why the policy we have developed. Because 5 million, 10 million will not help me. It's like it's not helping.
Thank you. Hopefully you will work on that policy and bring it to the floor of the House.
As soon as
We'll
possible.
work on it and see where we are going to get those monies from so that our children remain in school. Mheshimiwa Dorot, you ask your questions?
Congratulations, Madam Kiara. Ialeen Kajuju. My question, what step will you take to help the county to achieve its vision and plan?
What step I will take? I am very passionate about Isiolo because all my children are born here and I don't want to see the county shining. I will, together with all the other stakeholders, including MCAs, including the other executive, all staff of the county, even in collaboration with the national government, we shall collaborate and make policies that will make Isiolo great. I will participate in those policies and I will work personally, my level best, to ensure that on my part, I supervise my staff well so that we can achieve our goals, our plans. And together with the other CECs, we will help each other through, making good policies and working with the MCAs and with everybody, because you can't work alone. All of us have to to work together to make Isiolo great. And where there is openness, I think things can work. Things can work.
Thank you. Probably we can take one question from Honorable Gode and one question from Honorable Bada.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Madam Ialeen, thank you. Congratulations. My question is alongside the ECD. You said, you purported that you had bought several of equipments for the ECD, and you, with the millions of money, and you distributed. I'm MCA Terapod, and I felt so touched by what by your statement of saying that you well equipped the facilities for the ECD, and I know very well the situation on the ground as concerns the ECD in my ward. Most of the kids learning under tree and protected the harsh weather, the sun, the very hot sun, coupled with sometimes the changes of season of windy and a lot of other challenges added, lack of water, insecurity, all those. Now that you are going to be a CEC, God willing, when you could go through this suitability test, we anticipate that soon you are going to be the county executive member for education and the social service, the culture, and all those that pertains to it. So my question is that although you have maybe failed both all those that you say, to my place I can guarantee with a lot of confidence that those things have not reached to Cherab ward, especially the lower Cherab. The place is really wanting. So I'm pleading and forwarding my request as you sit in that office of the executive. Maybe one day we have time to go around with you for supervision, and you witness the pathetic situation of the ECD in my ward. So consider. Secondly,
probably approved.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
We will do that long after she's approved. For now, let's ask the right questions.
Okay, the issues of drugs and substance also. The issues of drugs and substance are now the contemporary issues that are
most hit by lack of enough teachers is Ngalemara Ward and Nominee. Reason being, when we employ the 264 teachers, the Ngalemara and Nominee refuse to employ. They say they don't want teachers until their own people learn. They go back to school and get the certificates. So the shortage is in Ngalemara and Nominee. You have no problem with the teachers.